This video is sponsored by OWC. There have been quite a few new leaks and rumors circulating around the upcoming iPhone for 2022, presumably going to be called the iPhone 14, like the inclusion of a new 48 megapixel camera and 8 gigabytes of RAM, no more notch, as well as no more mini model. And so in this video, we're going to touch on what exactly we know about the next generation iPhone. So let's start off with the latest news about the next iPhone potentially receiving a major boost in megapixels for its camera, as a rumor suggests that the two Pro models will be equipped with a triple lens rear camera system with an upgraded 48 megapixel wide lens and a 12 megapixel ultra wide and telephoto lens. This information comes according to analyst Jeff Pugh, but is also backed up by Ming-Chi Kuo, who back in April claimed that the 48 megapixel lens will also support 8K video recording. Also mentioned in that note from earlier this year, Ming-Chi Kuo explained how the iPhone 14 Pro models may support both 48 megapixels and 12 megapixel output, which would likely be achieved with the process known as pixel binning. Already in use on some Android smartphones like Samsung's Galaxy S21 Ultra, pixel binning merges data from multiple smaller pixels on the camera's image sensor into one super pixel for improved low light sensitivity. Pixel binning is beneficial because simply increasing a smartphone camera megapixels while maintaining the same camera sensor size results in smaller pixels, which generally captures less light. So it's going to lead to a lower quality low light photo. Now, pixel binning would allow the iPhone 14 Pro models to shoot high resolution 48 megapixel photos in bright conditions and 12 megapixel photos in low light conditions that are still of very high quality. The next generation iPhone is also expected to be equipped with 8 gigs of RAM, up from 6 that's found on the iPhone 13 Pro models. Now, while this rumor is definitely possible, some other iPhone 14 specs forecasted by Pugh seems far less likely, such as his claim that all 4 iPhone 14 models will feature 120Hz displays. Now, speaking of those displays, we have touched on this in the past, but some more rumors suggest that the iPhone 14 Pro model is the model that abandons the notch in exchange for a hole punch display. Now, the hole punch cutout will allow Apple to provide a larger display area while still leaving room for the front-facing camera. And it is a design that Android devices, such as the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, have used for a few years now. If Apple does transition to this design, the Face ID hardware will need to be moved under the display. Now, I do find this timing strange, as Apple just recently adopted the whole notch for its lineup of MacBook Pros back just a few months ago here in 2021, further embracing this signature style and the look across multiple devices. The removal of the notch on the iPhone just kind of seems like weird timing, but nevertheless, I'm here for more screen real estate on my iPhone, and so I would welcome a hole punch cutout. Now, 2 additional non-Pro iPhones, which will measure in at 6.1 and 6.7 inches, will continue to have a notch, however, with Apple limiting the hole punch design to the more expensive phones. Now, that size might have seemed weird to you, where I say 2 non-Pro models, but one is a 6.7 inch version. That means Apple is actually doing away with the 5.4 inch iPhone mini in 2022 and is instead going to offer a 4-phone lineup, but with 2 6.1 and 2 6.7 inch sizes. Which brings us to our next topic, and that's the lineup changes. As I just mentioned, the iPhone mini is basically no more. After 2 valiant efforts, it just appears that the public is not interested in a miniature iPhone. At least, not as many of us would like to think, according to Apple's lackluster sales of said mini iPhone models. So if all of this is true, then you will see a 6.1 inch iPhone 14 and a 6.1 inch iPhone 14 Pro, and then a 6.7 inch iPhone 14 Max, and then the 6.7 inch iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is just going to be a delight to say for the next year or so. However, I would love to know your thoughts on everything that we just talked about, all of the rumors. Which one do you think is the most likely to happen? All of them very well could happen, and we could have quite a new iPhone for the 2022 year. But of course, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, before we end today's video, I do want to give you more information about today's sponsor, OWC. Even though Apple is adding some ports back into its Mac lineup, you can still never have enough ports and flexibility, especially when you're docked at your desk. So enter in the OWC Thunderbolt dock. These 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports and 4 USB ports empower you to connect to the past, present, and future devices. You can connect up to 2 4K displays or a 5, 6, and 8K display, high-performance storage including NVMe SSDs, AV mixers, phones, tablets, even desktop accessories like a keyboard or mouse. Now, with the OWC Thunderbolt dock, an entire world of USB and Thunderbolt accessories is ready for you to connect and expand your capabilities. The dock comes in a familiar look and feel, has convenient slots in the front like an SD card slot, another USB-A port, and a 3.5mm headphone jack for quick and easy access. And it's easily one of my go-to accessories when docking my MacBook at my desk. And of course, if you want to know more information about this product or any other product that OWC has to offer, click the link in the description down below. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next video.